Now people are just being pushed into marriage because you are of age and you have to marry.
I'm not going to challenge you. Go and have sex with as many men as you want.
Eh.
But then when your marriage date is due, I'll show up. And I'll tell the guy, I was there. Oh.
I hate it. I tell people all the time, the internet is not a real place. What you see on the internet is not what it is. But a lot of people are easily influenced by what they're seeing online. Oh, how come this person is always going on vacation and my husband doesn't take me on vacation?
Men, we leave home to build ourselves to come for the girls from, their house. In recent times, you realize women are leaving home too early. They don't stay home to, watch how marriage should be like. In today's episode of Demain Page, we are digging deep into a tough but real question. Why don't marriages last like they used to? Our grandparents were married 40 to 50 years, and now we break up over emojis and comments like, let's talk about what's changed. From leaving home too early, to social media distractions, to forgetting what real love and commitment mean. This one might stink, but it's real. Lauren, I don't know. I guess you heard what I said, the topic today. What's your thought about it?
In my honest opinion, I don't think previously people were marrying for love or anything. Everybody had like a purpose for like marrying. If it's kings and queens, there have to be an alliance. If it's families, there's some kind of bond or property that has to be taken. And if this breaks, there's going to be like huge consequences. But now people are just being pushed into marriage because you are of age and you have to marry. So eventually, if I'm tired of being of age and what, I would walk out. That's why I feel, in my opinion, I think like people just like walk out when they're tired compared to previously.
Anyone has,
Ali, what do you think? I mean,
what do you guys think about what she said?
You're the only one qualified to speak on this right now.
Qualified because I'm married?
Yeah, what's making it work for you,
I think in the olden days and probably up to probably our parents' age, they were not marrying 40 to 50 years because it worked 100%. I think it has its own challenges. But probably they were marrying at a very younger age. Before they realize it's not working, they are old. That's why probably it's 40 to 50 years. And
Interesting.
Yes. And what she says about people are being pushed now, I don't think that is it. Right now, people are actually exercising more of their own choice.
I was thinking about that.
What I agree with you is the purpose. If it was kings and queens, if it was chieftaincy, if there was an alliance, you had to stay to keep the alliance working.
Yeah.
So you couldn't leave. So one of the reasons why I stayed for long. But now people are marrying because I think I have made enough money. I have my own place. I think I need somebody. I'm an Adam, I need an Eve. You see? So there is not much of a standard. Everybody's getting into it and they figure out what it is and they were like, no, this is not for me. And they want to check out.
Interesting.
Cool.
Thoughts. I think is the reason why marriages are not lasting in our days. I mean, I'm not married. I've never been divorced. But is back in the days, relationships were more sacred, right? No one knows your business unless, no one knows your business. Mm-hmm. But right now, engagement is on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. The minute you are fighting, the whole world will know that you are having problems at home.
You're streaming.
Right? You're streaming your problems. You're putting your whole life out there and letting the world have say so into your relationship. It's not going to last if everybody have an opinion. And then not only that, a lot of people are now comparing their situation with the next person. I tell people all the time, the internet is not a real place. What you see on the internet is not what it is. But a lot of people are easily influenced by what they're seeing online. Oh, how come this person is always going on vacation, and my husband doesn't take me on vacation? But he doesn't know that he got 3 side chicks. You know, everybody's playing their part. Just keep your situation sacred, and then it will last longer. That's my take on that.
Okay. The little I also have to say is my observation is, men we leave home to build ourselves to come for the girls from their house. But in recent times, you realize women are leaving home too early. They don't stay home to watch how marriage should be like.
What do you mean leave home?
Leave home to rent their own place, like get their own.
Or probably to go hustle.
To go hustle to make money.
Yeah, I grew up in an environment where that's the norm.
Well, but in an African setting, often women stay home with their parents. You leave when you're getting married.
Okay. Joe, I have a question. How
Yeah.
does that affect marriage?
So, as a woman, you stay home. Do you know why women stay home?
Why? Tell me.
We men are the one who are come to fetch you guys, and we have to, see the struggle in life and all that. Prepare, make the way to come for you guys.
The guy said fetch.
I know. I was like,
Yeah, we come fetch you guys. Yeah. And in a way, if a woman leaves home very early, I'm not saying women are naive or ignorant, but like things that men will pick, even alone with our parents, won't be the same way. Like how we are going to analyze and pick things won't be the same way women are going to pick it. So you guys are to be groomed more in the house.
Hang on, no, Lauren. Wait. Let me fix what he's trying to say.
Okay.
Because
No, please. I think it's an adult.
No.
Yeah, because I don't
Listen,
No.
I have my brothers.
No, where you coming from? No, where you come from? I want you to get something here. In I don't know about America, but in Ghana here, if a man is leaving home, everybody's happy.
Why you
If a
watching
young boy, like, am I lying? Imagine you don't have a sister, so you don't understand that part because you're all boys.
Yeah.
But in a family setting whereby there are men and women, or let me say young girls and young boys, or young men and young women, when a guy gets to some age and he wants to leave home, the dad is kind of supportive and happy. Oh, he's gonna hustle. He can fend for himself now. But when a girl is leaving without married, there's an issue. They go like, where are you going? There is room. There is everything is cool. It's because of where you're coming from. But this is the reason why most marriages don't last. Cause to me, I want you to get this. When women are alone, they tend to do anything they want.
What's wrong
So,
with that?
Joel, when did you become a woman to know that?
Hey, yo.
I'm watching. I'm seeing. I'm observing.
Joe. Let me add to what he said.
Women have to stay home to learn from their parents, especially their mom. We men we pick things easily.
Wow.
I think
You are not supposed to be taught. You can't be like.
We can be taught.
I think what Joe is trying to say, without using the right words,
Thank you.
is that before the man is the provider, right? But now the women are also started hustling early, right?
So that one too is another. I understand what you're saying.
Wait,
Yeah.
right? So now when you get into a situation where there are 2 chiefs, right? Because your wife is working, you are also working, right? That's the dynamic of modern relationship these days.
Okay.
I mean, there's some are still more traditional where they don't want their wives to work. But it's more common now that you have 2 working household. So to that, there's a friction. You can't, control your women with money. Not saying that's what the olden days, what they were doing, but the women feel they have a voice to the same level as the husbands now. And you can't have 2 chiefs in a relationship. You got to have a chief and an Indian, right? There has to be one head and somebody has to be below. You can't have... I know people say equal relationship, but you really can't have 2 leaders. Somebody at some point has to compromise. And tradition has told us you have to allow the men to lead you, regardless of what you got going on.
Okay, Kimmel. Joel.
No, before you hold on. I want
no.
to say something here. Before you say something, I understand what Kimo is saying, but
That is not what
what
she's
he's saying, what he's saying is another point, which makes sense. Women can go outside and make money, but the thing is, you need to live with your parents. A man has to leave home, go gather his things. When I say go gather his things, you get your place, fixed. There should be a bed, there should be a couch, a telly, because you're about to get to settle. So I'm coming. You leave home to do it. Women, you guys leave home to do it. Like in this era, that's what is happening.
The same thing that you're leaving home to do.
So right now, if I'm planning to get married and I meet you have your space, you have your room and all that. Like let me say, you're renting. You finished it and all that. I have my place well finished and all that.
Okay.
And I go like, I want to settle with you. Like we've dated and we want to marry. You know the funny part? Probably your place is even nicer than mine. Then you go like, let's go live in my place. This all plays part in.
So
in that
I
case,
think
it's just your ego that's
that's an ego.
It's just your ego
well,
that's
you
playing.
can call it ego, but that's what is happening.
My place is nicer. What's stopping you from coming to stay at my place?
So
What's stopping you from start?
So-
Okay, let's say you want to own the place. I was renting. What's stopping you from now taking over my rent and paying it since you're the
You have to stay home. That's what I
So Lorraine,
then you come
what
to my
is
place.
stopping him from moving into your space is the basis of the marriage, where, as he said, it used to be the man provides, which I don't think the last time I checked it has changed. The man still
hasn't.
provides. No matter how much money women make, they still keep it to themselves, and most men don't want to be concerned with how much their women make, which I think is even a mistake. But then is the probably unwarranted expectations that each person in the relationship sort of demands of their partner, where it comes to probably when you are marrying somebody for financial freedom, as it were, not in the case before, where a woman is marrying you now because of what she thinks you can provide for her and her family. It used to be like that before, but it wasn't on that scale it is now. So I think the scale on which it is now is actually accounting for why the rate at which the disappointment, where the expectations are not met, is also high.
No,
Then
but
they have
Malik,
to.
I'm not stopping him from being a provider.
I'm not saying it for men. I'm saying for both partners.
Oh, okay.
So I think I hear what Joe is saying, right? I think as African men, right, sometimes we're too caught up in tradition and our egos sometimes get in the way. If you are getting, and you got, I like to use this point a lot. You make the decision, right? There's only one person who is married here. Your wife wasn't given to you. You chose her, right? You chose her as your life companion.
And
Right.
she accepted.
And she accepted it. So that's a decision that you two, she came from her family, you came from your family, but you guys are not starting your own family.
Yeah.
To me, it's not that big of a deal to me if she, let's say she has her own house that's bigger and better than yours. And then you two made a decision that we'll live here instead because this is better for us. You can still be the leader of that household.
No, I'm not
You go out of
cutting
the
you.
way,
No, wait,
right?
I'm not cutting you. Hold on. Malik, would you move to your wife's house?
No, I won't.
No, but that's the point that I was trying to address.
Mo, would you move to your wife's house?
It depends. If I'm married to that person, her access are mine, my access are hers, right? We'll make a decision for what is best for our family. So if we said it, I'm not saying I'm going to a house to live off of her. No. But if we're gonna be there and I have to take care of the responsibilities, I'm the leader of that household.
Are you talking
Not that
about
big
like
of a
a
deal.
20-year relationship?
You don't.
Or
It doesn't matter.
Tomorrow after getting married and you want to
No.
figure it out.
No.
Oh.
Okay. It's we all. I'm not just gonna get up and marry the next person, right? I believe in. I'm not married yet, but when I do, I'm marrying for life, right? So if I'm making a life decision with you, it doesn't matter to me. It's not that big of a deal where we live. It's not.
Yeah, so it's about me from again, I was saying one of the reasons why it used to work before was how our fathers could impose their decisions and there was no argument. They didn't have to overly explain what their decisions were. Our mothers, our grandmothers used to just listen and do. But now it's more of a democracy where you can't impose anything on the modern woman now. You have to explain diagrams, solve for X. And I think over time, the men are getting tired. So if they meet a woman who overly questions their decisions, it doesn't make them feel more of a man, especially if they come from a background where they saw their mothers listening to their fathers with respect and all of that thing. So you'll find that a man in that situation will be repulsive and probably might file for a divorce. Like, this woman is not really who I thought she was, because she's not listening to me, always challenging my decision, which I think the women should also understand. They know they have to allow the men to be men. You see, because Lauren is saying, why can't you stay at my place? That's a blue flag, red flag, green flag at once.
Not really.
Nah,
right?
because if it comes in a conversation and you throw the question, why I can't? I mean, when you put me in that spot, then I'll probably be thinking too much about who this lady is.
I think those are two different things, right? What you were saying, there's a difference between how you talk to your wife and how your wife responds to you, and you guys making a decision that's beneficial to the both of you. Let's say
You could whisper whatever you were saying. It was
no.
the same thing.
I'm going to give you an
No.
example, right? The thing is, sometimes we're too prideful as African men. I am vice president of the African Men Club. I'm very prideful.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm also very self-conscious. I'm self-aware,
Yeah.
right? Let's say you are a newly graduate, right? You're working, but you've been with your lady for some time, and then, you guys decided to get married. She's a CEO at whatever company, she's well off, and she offers you a job within her company. Would you accept that job?
I would accept it.
Okay. So, and then she also has a big house. But you wouldn't want to live in her house because of what?
Nah, because when you base a marriage on material things,
It's not. What you are doing is you now wanting to live there is actually basing on material things.
no, because
Yes.
It is.
listen again. I marry a woman who has a place, I have my place.
Okay.
Probably this conversation comes up before even the marriage, which may dictate if the marriage comes on or it
That's
doesn't.
why I said those conversations need to
You
be
see,
had at the early
because
stages.
I'll be like, oh, so when we marry, we're going to sell off your stuff. Maybe I'm just vibing with you.
Yeah.
Like, when we marry, we're going to sell off your stuff. Then we move into my place because I feel like I own. That's a man talking, like
Okay.
probably an unaware man. Then you hit him with a jab, like, no, my stuff are probably much newer, better place. Why don't we sell off your stuff? Then we move into my space. So then that tussle right now, you put a man to the test right now. You're testing his manhood. Does he give in? Does he give up? And I think with better information, we can have a better conclusion to that case. But I think that disagreement is probably going to set.
I want to
the
clear
marriage up
something before they
for
come for me.
divorce.
Before they come for me in a comment section, right? Under no circumstances do I believe that if you get married, you should go and live with your wife. I want to clarify that, right? But what I'm saying is, as you two have become husband and wife, you are now one. You have your place. She has your place. You sit down, you have adult conversation, and you decide, okay, with the way our things are, we plan on having kids, right? Yes, maybe you own your place and she's renting, or vice versa. She rather owns her place and you are renting. So if you want to move her from a house into an apartment, right, it doesn't make any sense. When
If she owns the place,
No, but-
we can stay there.
so that's what I'm saying. So
Okay, so what if both of you are renting, but let's say she has like a 3-bedroom apartment and then you live in a 2?
Yeah, we will move into my space. I'll rent a bigger one. She can Listen,
So you
But what's
still,
the
you
difference
still
between
wouldn't
going and then you just
You
consider,
rent?
let's
still
no,
wouldn't
that's
consider
helpless.
moving into her space.
if you don't
So
own it, it's not
assume-
in the conversation.
So assuming, okay, she has a 3-bedroom apartment, you have a 2-bedroom, and she's like, move into it. If renting or paying the rent is what you feel like is a problem, I'm going to stop for you to pay.
I'm going to actually move to a new neighborhood.
I mean,
So-
I'm okay with that too. But
So-
I think sometimes we're too
It is about the
focused on-
women giving up their role as providers for the men to take over. That becomes a problem. Women are petty. They will come at you in the future with, you married and you
That's
move
the
into
whole
my
point.
space.
So
see,
you know,
You
one
got the
friend
wrong-
said,
No,
you
you
got
got
the
no,
wrong
then
girl if that's
you-
the
It's not
it's
about the
not
wrong
about the wrong
girl.
girl.
It's not about wrong girl.
Don't assume all women are like
Well,
No,
that.
we're not assuming every woman is. We are
And
human
don't even
beings.
assume most
Relationships
You know,
change.
because
Feelings
there are-
change.
There are also men.
modernrelationships.com.
Let's move on to another reason why lately divorces are rampant. So if you guys have any I feel sex is another thing that makes marriages don't last lately, because most women give it up easily. It's not
Doing a
easy
dating
to.
stage, and then you get married. You get, I'm tired. Oh, sorry. I was just saying.
I'm really confused. I don't know what happened. But actually, another reason why I feel marriages are not really lasting lately is because of sex. Like girls, or let me say partners, easily. Because I feel marriages, sex is very the vital part of relationship. And back in the days, they hold on to it. Even some families will have to make sure you're a virgin, whereby they lay a cloth in bed after the
Yeah.
marriage to,
Yeah.
Wait, Joel,
see
I
if-
won't cut you short, but if you want to marry a virgin, like before the whole marriage, why would you divorce her after you have married her and realize she's not a
No,
virgin?
so I'm not saying divorce is because you didn't marry a virgin. The problem is you've exposed yourselves to many men.
Why would you marry her? Like, why would you go ahead and say, will you marry me after you have realized she has exposed herself to
How would I know she's exposed herself to many
That's
men?
why you date. Isn't that why you
So-
caught her?
But women
So-
are more secretive.
So
men.
I'm kind of
So I should
Lauren.
say after the marriage, after you
Lauren,
guys
So
have
after you
married,
find out some
settled down.
information,
Lauren,
Yes.
do you want to tell me if we're dating right now, and you ask me how many women have I been with, and I go like one, and you just know in your head you feel I'm saying one is one.
Cap.
So that's what Malik is saying. Women are more, secretive
Okay,
with
so
their
if-
body counts or people they've been with.
So if you're not trusting the woman you are planning to marry by taking her word for it, why are you marrying
In
her?
the sense, I'm not saying it's the reason. Like, how would I say? Sex. You should get a virgin or this thing. Or
Yeah,
the
how
thing
do
is,
you
she's
say
saying
it's in the
after
head.
realizing, okay, you've married somebody for 5 years, right? And they told you so and so about themselves. And after 5 years, you realize, oh, she was a hoe.
Damn.
How does it make you feel as a man?
I think
You
this.
see?
And
then
the more- I want to put my-
our grandparents weren't promiscuous like that. Their sex life wasn't published. It wasn't on Facebook. It wasn't on Twitter. It wasn't on Snapchat.
Yeah.
It wasn't on TikTok. No.
I want
At
let me
most,
address-
1992, your grandmother or your mother probably had two. Maybe the person was actually going to marry, but it didn't happen, and her current husband. Maximum 2, 3. But right now, you ask a girl from January 2025 till July, she'll be like, I've burnt through like 16 boys.
Hey yo.
You see?
Yeah, that's the
No,
point
listen,
I'm trying to make.
So this is an interesting topic, but we can talk about this another time. But I think when you choose to be in a relationship with somebody, right, you have to accept everybody has a past. I care about what you do from the moment you meet me forward, because if you want to go into past, I got a past too.
So
You know what I'm saying?
more,
So
I don't know.
let me ask you a
question.
You
Let me
guys,
ask you a question.
you guys are not
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
the whole point. Malik,
let me
wait.
ask him a question.
No, let him.
It's
ask
not
you.
about
Let
the
me ask
past
him. Let me ask him a
or
question.
the. I want to make a point.
So you are Cassie's husband.
Hey yo.
Yes. And Diddy is getting sued. And you hear the escorts come
Right.
out and grant interviews, and they say what they're saying, which I don't want to say right now.
Right?
She was taking 3-4 people at the same time.
Damn.
In a day, she will pause. What would you do probably tomorrow?
So,
When she has her kids.
all right, if you were in that situation, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the situation getting to the level that it has gotten into the eye of the public. Me, the biggest thing about me as King Mo, right, is I don't want to find out anything as a surprise from outside. If that was a conversation that they had before the court case, like, okay, these are what's going to happen in a trial. These are the information that's going to come out. I won't like it. I'll be upset, but then I'm mentally prepared for it. But if I get blindsided, that's definitely going to cause a friction. But at the same time, that's still in the past. But I'm not saying I'm going to like it. No, I'm saying I'm not going to like it. But that's why I'm saying conversations are very important. If you're married, they have children. I think they're on baby number 3.
Maybe she told you, oh, I've been with a few men here and there. She didn't go into details.
So would you prefer her to go into details?
If you're going to tell me about it, you might probably tell me everything.
Yeah. So if she told you and you wanted to know, you would have asked prior to being
because
married.
it wasn't a concern
Yeah,
before.
she was dating Puff. What you think she was doing?
No, because
everybody
as
knew
we say,
Puff was a freak.
We all have a past.
Yes.
We don't concern yourself with the past too much. It might give you a headache. But when it comes back to hunt either of the partners, then it is up for discussion. Like, you didn't tell me you were with 2 people, but not when they were 20. You scratched 10.
The word on the street is whatever number the women say, times it by 3.
Yes, but I think, Charlie, marriages right now, the is it the showbiz of the marriage is too much now. That is our fathers used to marry, they were quiet, everybody lived in their own space. You see right now comparing husbands here and there.
You said something that triggers something in my head. Okay, I think although our generation divorce is very common, I don't want to offend anybody's generation before, but the generation before us were very sneaky, right? What I mean by that is there are families out there, there are old men out there that have secret families. Like, you literally have a whole another wife and kids here in another city, and you never know. That's very, very common. Like, I have stories, if not for personal things that I can share, that I'm like, damn. Like, the old generation, they're the original players. We just slap it. We get caught, and then the
social
lady
media
wants to move on and so forth. So
social media,
we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves.
One of our Achilles heels.
I think information is just more available as of these days, and then people decide if they.
I really want us to clarify the sex part. Lauren, I want you to really think about it this way. Yeah, girls, or let me say guys, lately in this era, don't understand how sacred sex is. We give it out to people thinking, oh, we didn't know them very well. It was a mistake. Let me move to the other one. You keep going. You're experiencing more people, and that thing has this big effects in marriage. Many people don't know, because it becomes an attitude. When you feel you're doing something, look for the right person. Going through other guys, looking for the right person. At the end of the day, you get the right person. Now you've been through many guys, and you get the right person. And probably the right person, everything is right, but the sex part, it's not really working well for you. But I remember this Thursday guy who was really giving you the thing very well.
Yeah, so
I want to put it. Let me land so you understand what I'm saying. So imagine that you've been with guys, yeah, you never had sex with them, you dated them, and you realize now this guy is not for me, and you met this right person, and you realize it's for me, and this was the very first sex you're having with this guy. Do you think you ever have a comparison in your head, like you be sleeping with me as your boyfriend, then you be thinking about Mo, who was having a long distance or was going harder.
Hey, Joe.
So no, the whole point is I'm trying to make it. Sex has become so common that now women, can just walk out of a relationship, even bully say to their friends or in public that, oh, it's not good in bed, or it's not that, it's not that. How did you know? Because you've been with many other guys.
Damn.
Because apart from that, you hear from people, sex should last for 10 minutes. But Charlie, it might be 1 minute. But
Joe, why are you putting that on the woman?
No, I'm just.
Yeah, why
I just wanted to know.
Woman?
No, I'm trying to know. Do you know why?
Would you buy a car without
Women
test?
don't open their legs. Men will never have sex.
Yeah, but Joe, would you buy a car without test driving it?
Can men have sex without women? So it all falls on women. Have made it so simple.
The fact that now you are blaming women for men having sex. Wow.
Oh yeah, of course. Women has made it so simple because even on social media, see, a girl can. Oh my God. We are.
No.
See.
How's it a woman's fault that your body count is 15?
Hey, yo.
No, it's
No, I'm not
me?
saying
Oh,
it is.
okay,
I'm not
So
saying
you
it.
got
But
15?
how is it a woman's fault?
Because you guys
your
have made it
body
easy.
count
Men have been
is
calling
15.
since David's time.
Now,
Adam.
so I think
But women.
in marriage, ignorance is bliss.
Sometimes. Okay,
when
I
it comes to
can
the
speak.
sexual part and many other stuff in marriage, ignorance is bliss, as in not knowing any better. So this is what you got. This is what you have to work with.
Preach, my brother.
You see, as in what work he does. So you find out before, when they were being betrothed, you could be given to a carpenter. And you walk in there, it's a carpenter. You have to stay with him, help him build, so you can all benefit. But what he's saying, if you have been with 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and at the end of the day you are settling with a mason, a carpenter, an artisan who is not probably working a blue collar job, then you are comparing. What we find is before our mothers weren't going through so many men before they marry. But right now the women are going through a dozen men before they marry.
Damn.
Yeah, let me increase the number.
Times 3.
So what you find is their mind is unsettled. You can have a woman who is 5 years into her marriage, her mind is still with somebody that she thought it was a soulmate.
Yeah.
This was the guy.
Man,
So
I think
she can't enjoy, and it's the same for men too. So I'm not speaking for, but women are held to a much higher standard.
No.
You have to agree, because
No.
when it comes to the sex that he's saying, women are more challenged to be closed legs than men are. You want to say no. I'm not going to challenge you. Go and have sex with as many men as you want.
Damn.
But then when your marriage date is due, I'll show up. And I'll tell the guy, I was there.
I hit it.
And you tell me he said he loved you yesterday, and you know how we
I
react
hit
after
it
hearing
first.
that. You see, men are not held to the same standard as women when it comes to sexual promiscuity. You have to accept that. Men get away with so much in life when it comes to relationship balance. You have to accept that. The equalization about if he has been with so many women, I will be with the same amount of men, will probably cause your downfall. But I'm just saying, ignorance is bliss. Not knowing what the partner has been through before can help you to accept your present situation and work with it, probably build it for it to grow. But constantly posting it on social media, what you were with, you are inviting people to comment on your marriage or whatever you are into. You might not like what everybody says, which might trigger you. Probably leading to all of those things.
Hey, if you're trying to blame it on social media, I agree with you 100%. But if you're trying to see sex and relating it to women, I would disagree with you on 100%. Because yes, even men who have been through multiple women and ends up with a boring woman who just lies down like a stick, end up going outside. Because
Yeah, I'm not saying it's one-sided. Yeah, you have a point with that.
my woman is not
But
Giving
women
me
shouldn't give it
stuff.
up easily like that. Like,
How would she learn? Would you be
I
with
think,
the one
I
lying down
think
like
what
a
it
stick?
is this, right?
I mean, I'm not
as,
saying that, but
as men, right? It's 3 men here. You know, Malik is married. I hope to be married one day, and I'm sure you also hope to be married. Elle will be married one day, right? I don't want to step into any situation too focused about who you've been with in the past.
Yeah.
Because that would mess with your mentals. I don't care what happened before me. I'm more focused about what happens with me moving forward. So now that goes 2 ways. So that means kind of like the conversation we had about exes and all that other stuff. That's your past. You keep them in the past. You shouldn't be revisiting, because that's when you go back to what he's saying. You're thinking about, oh, this person was my soulmate and all that. Love him and leave him. You want to be with me? It's me alone.
with time, let's tackle this before we leave. What do you guys think about spirituality now? You know, with couples, because I feel even though our grandparents, or let me say the olden days, there were clubs around and all that. It wasn't much like now, and parties, and couples often delight in going to clubs than even going to church for 5 minutes or to pray on their own. Or let me say, I don't know about, I'm talking on the Christian part, but Muslims too, I'm sure back then, I don't think a Muslim girl can enter a club back then. But now, it's like more of, let's club more as couples, let's have fun, and when problems occur, they don't know who to turn to. But funny enough, I feel our grandparents knew whom to turn to when there were issues. You just have to pray, seek counseling from the elders in church and all that. And if it's the mosque, they know where to go. But now, when problems happen, like I date Lauren, we get married, all we know is club. We go club on Saturday till like 3. Sunday.
But you met her in the club.
Sunday. Another point too. So like,
You know what Kanye said? Why? You know what Kanye said?
Well, please enlighten us.
What if Joseph
was at the club and then
met Mary in the club?
I feel the spirituality aspect is missing. We, the youth, lately, we don't really, how would I say, involve, should I say, God in our relationship. We are based on our feelings and also what our friends say and what outsiders say. We don't stick to, the person we're going to vow to, that we're not going our separate ways till death do us part. Then a girl will just walk out because the man is acting up. It's not showing the love, what she saw before saying yes to him. Then she just want to walk out.
Joe, I have
After election,
something.
campaign.
Do you guys get where I'm going to with the spirituality aspect?
Joe, I have something to say
Okay.
about that. Okay, this is like a general question I'll
Alright.
ask you. If you were buying your wife flowers 365 days, let me make it 366 so that I know that you didn't miss even the leap year.
Damn.
Every day. You didn't miss Saturday, you didn't miss Sunday, you didn't miss holidays. Every day you were buying her flowers.
A house would be a forest. Sorry.
Next example, let's see. Let's see
And
what
on
she's
the
going
day
with.
367, right? You decide that, you know what, I'm not buying her flowers today.
367. That's a bonus day you added.
No, like
Yeah, a new year.
A new year.
So
Like,
The man was able to buy
but
the
starting
flower
from
the whole
once.
year.
He bought
Now
it for a whole year.
it's
Consistency,
missing one
like,
day.
One day, is she right to ask, like, what happened
She can.
on that same day, right?
Sure. I mean, we're all creatures of habit, right? And sometimes you train your partner to express certain things. So if you have been doing it and you don't, and it's an abnormality, you can ask, is
Okay.
everything okay? You didn't give me my flowers today.
So day 2, after the whole 365, you still didn't get it. Can she ask again?
Sure, he would have told you when you asked the first time.
No, day 2.
Okay.
day 2 comes, and then he still didn't get the flowers.
And you ask again?
Maybe the first day you ask him, he's like, nothing happened.
And you ask again.
Oh, I forgot. Day 2, can you ask again? That, oh, you didn't get flowers to day 2.
If he's present to you, why not? As a partner, you should feel comfortable to ask your partner anything.
So
Okay,
are
if
you
have to
trying
ask
to
for
say?
another
So
365
let me
days.
chip this in. Joe said something about the faith, which I think goes into compatibility of marriages right now, where it's not just faith, responsibility, expectations, and all of that. And when you list them, so why is breaking down now more often is there probably inter-religious marriages is a lot more, where Christians marry Muslims and they don't understand fully how they operate. And you get in there and probably you are culture shocked and you don't know how to deal with it. If you don't handle it in the right way, you might probably say the wrong thing or
Do the wrong thing.
marrying a Christian, she's always going out or he's always going out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday church, and you'll be like, I didn't know it was like this. So listening to your friends more, probably they'll tell you, oh, if you love him, just forget your parents. When the problems come, you might not know how to deal with it. So I think the standards and the points of marriage is what we really need to focus on, the compatibility. Faith is really a fundamental thing that I think we toy with a lot more now. Expectations, what the partner will be able to do for you and what you also be doing for him, or reversed, and the responsibility. Are they capable? You see, are they capable? Have you done your research? And is it somebody, when the love goes away, you can stay with? You see, those are, I think, fine points that we need to actually focus on than buying flowers 24/7. If finances might change, are you going to change when the finances also change? Those are deeper questions that will hold the marriage together than probably asking, why didn't get me this, why didn't get me that, and it might be a bother to the person who is providing.
Okay, so Mo, I think your final words on everything and also with the spirituality thing. What do you think about it?
So, to add to what Malik just said, right? It's, for whatever reason, I use this statement a lot. I believe anything can be resolved or can be set through a conversation. If I decided I'm going to marry a Christian, we're going to have that conversation of how my household is going to be, how we're going to raise our kids before we get married.
Yeah.
Right? So I think if the conversations are being have at the start, when you get to that point, you already know what you are going to do because you already had the conversation about it. Right? So I've learned, I think I mentioned this the other day, that Ghanaian women tend to be a little bit lacking when it comes to having serious conversations, right? They rather just say, meh, or it'll work itself out. I don't believe in that. I will talk you to death. You tell me your mind today. You know what I'm saying? So as far as my final thoughts go, I think we just have to merge it all together. If you want to give advice on how we can reduce the divorce rate, maybe we need to get into the spiritual more. A couple that pray together, stay together.
Powerful. Cool. Lauren, what do you think about, the spirituality part, apart from the flower?
Okay, so I would
Do you want my reply on the flower?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say conclusively, if I should go back to the topic why marriages last longer in the past than now, I would say that one main reason I was going to mention was because women have been made to dumb down themselves. Were made to dumb down themselves then, and now they're like, for lack of better words, let me use Joe's words.
They're woke.
They're woke. Yes. And spirituality also forms like a part of it. Because previously, maybe from experiences of people that I have heard advising younger generation, they're like, oh, as a married woman, you're supposed to do this. Don't talk when your husband does this. Don't question. Don't just keep quiet and pray.
Cook for
Being
your
your
husband.
own. It's not part, but being your own kind of, being your own kind of, do your own thing. Like, don't question, don't blah blah blah. And some of these teachings were through spirituality. It wasn't necessarily like individual teachings. I feel like sometimes the church was the one, from a Christian perspective, the church was the one that's brought up these perspectives to them. And then our parents also try to speak the same thing to us as a woman. I've had older women tell me that one day when you get married, don't challenge your husband. Don't question him on his deeds. Don't do that. So make your marriage last.
Do you believe in that?
No, I feel like it's
You
easy
don't even
for...
listen to your own mother. How are you going to listen to your
I
husband?
didn't say my mother. I said older women.
You don't even listen to your elders.
Don't set yourself up.
I listen to my mother. So yeah, basically, I feel like if I want my marriage to work, it's better to communicate with my partner, have like a reasonable conversation, question when I'm confused, rather than shut up and sit in my corner. If you feel like you want to give me the best, you would give me a reason why you are giving me a certain decision. As a leader, you should be able to explain to me, the follower, why you're taking a certain decision and why I should follow. Because sometimes some decision that you might take, I might not agree with it. But it doesn't mean that I should follow you blindly. Assuming, okay, you told me about this, and then I can find a better solution or better way to it, and then we go by it. It doesn't change your position as a leader. It doesn't change your position as someone who is heading the family. It just made me a better person by providing. But most of the time, previously, they were told that, oh, don't talk. Don't, just keep quiet. Follow the man. If he's doing this, don't contribute. If your husband is cheating, keep quiet. It's your husband. Yes, it is told. If your husband is cheating, keep quiet. It's your husband. He's the head of the family. He is your crown and your glory. Do not.
You wouldn't cheat if you allow him 3 a.m. But anyway.
Oh, well, nice point. I get what you're saying. I don't know. You guys, you can.
Malik, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts. I thought I had already said what I think. We should not forget the basics of marriage. Marriage itself is an imposing institution. So if you want to be part of it, you have to accept that at some point somebody is going to impose on you. And you also have to be aware of the situation to know when you have to let somebody impose on you, and choosing to accept those things are actually more healthier for the relationship. And I think if the younger couple and like our generation, if we could accept that school of thought, it will actually benefit us in our marriages than question it and always find a way to debunk that, which almost always results in failure. Because if you can't submit to a man, there is probably no hope for that particular relationship.
Nice. So, what I have to say about, considering everything we spoke about, I feel many women should stop rubbing shoulders with men and know their place in, marriage, and also
Know your place.
yeah, you know your place in marriage, because at the end of the day, men and women are not the same. To the feminists out there, and also,
Table is shaking.
and also, learn to stick to simple principles by your man. Don't go out spreading, negative information. So even if it's true, don't go telling your friends and, family members about what is happening in your marriage. Keep it in your marriage unless it really needs to be spoken outside. And lastly, put Christ, if you're a Christian, in your marriage. And put Allah in your marriage, in the center, if you're Muslim. And trust me, I think marriages should be perfect. And don't forget, the girls, close your legs. It's very necessary. Like, close it and wait for, at least you can try. If you want to, like Lauren said, how would you learn? You can use one person as a scapegoat
Wow.
or lab rat
Wow.
to try what you want to try, and
I'm available.
don't do too much. So yeah, it's the main page, and yeah, keep the comments coming. Share, like, and we out.
And repost. Don't
Peace.
forget to subscribe.